God we trust. Itawamba County Courthouse. That's right. I'm in the town that arrested Bankai for exercising his First Amendment right. I decided that out the blue, since someone thought I had just given up on First Amendment auditing, that I would prove them wrong and come on up here and do one. And pick the last hot spot, the last known hot spot that I knew of, and that's the one with Bankai, Fulton, Mississippi. Now, I'm gonna walk down this street and hopefully get to the same spot that Bankai was at when he was wrongfully arrested. And we're gonna see, actually call this a follow-up. We're going to see if the police approach me after what they did to Bankai. For exercising my First Amendment right. That is Fulton City Hall. And see, it's like, what is it, like 4:45 p.m. I think. So people should be, well, the kids are already out. I saw them over there playing in the water park over there. I'm sure you probably saw them too when I was walking up that street. Let's walk across the street. Everybody should be getting about to get off work. The kids out of school, and most people working 9 to 5s they're getting ready to leave or leaving early since it's Friday. This dogs for adoption called Fulton Animal Control. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna cross the street. I think I'm pretty close to where Bankai was. In fact, I know I am, because at the end of this building is where he was arrested. They put him up against that brick wall there. Oh, that's an ambulance. I hope they're okay, whoever it is. All right. And right across the street from where Bankai was arrested, conveniently, is the Itawamba County Sheriff's Department, and I believe they're the ones that nabbed him when the other people were a little bit apprehensive at first to do anything to him, because they weren't sure on what his rights were. But you can count on the fine law enforcers of Itawamba County Sheriff's Department to break the law where local police may not. That's so shameful that they would just spit on the Constitution like that. Terrible. And nothing has happened to them, from what I understand. They pretty much got this town wrapped around their pinky. They can break the law indiscriminately and do whatever they want to do and get away with it. Someone really needs to do something about that. Police of Fulton, hey, he didn't do anything to me. As I was turning around to walk, I saw him pass by. He just ignored me, which is good for him. That's what they're supposed to do. If you see somebody doing something that's not illegal, ignore them. Mind your own damn business. And this is the same spot where Bankai was arrested, placed up against the wall. It was right here is where they had him hemmed up, and they were trying to get him to talk and give up his ID. And he wouldn't do it. Good for him. That's a patriot, someone who still respects the Constitution. You have all these veterans out here fighting for it, and then you have the Itawamba police and sheriff's department just pissing all over it. Again, is that not shameful? To all the veterans in this town, I hope you're as pissed as I am, because these people who are supposed law enforcers just took a big deuce all over your sacrifice and the sacrifices of your buddies that didn't make it, that didn't come back, or came back in a cedar box. That's what they did. Read that sign in the distance, Itawamba County Department of Human Services. Right beside it, Fulton Police Department. And right across the street, Fulton Library, hashtag divider, Masonic Hall. A Masonic Lodge. Man, those things are everywhere. Coincidence? Who knows? You decide. And there's the water tower. I'm using my phone like I always do. I do have other cameras and stuff like that, but I always forget to get them. I just do this on the fly. I have a chest mounted cam like some of the other auditors. It's in my car. I just never remember to strap it on, turn it on. But that water tower I actually like. Fulton, Mississippi is a junior college city, community college, and they're the mascots they're called the Indians. And this is where everybody in the northeast Mississippi area comes to get all their basics out of the way. A 2-year college, and that way they're still close to home for that support if they need it. And then once they get all of those out the way, they can go to a university and finish out the last 2 to get their bachelor's. It's a good thing to me. It is a good thing. I know a lot of kids think that they want to get out on their own, as soon as they can, and go to college, and a lot of them wind up pissing away mommy and daddy's money, getting drunk and high all the time, and flunk out. In the long run, that's not good. It's terrible. This way, you're still being kind of chaperoned. You got some freedom to do what you want, but at the same time, there's only so much you can do here in this little rotten town. So it actually works out. That's one good thing about Fulton. They're molding minds in the correct way for education. And I do believe that if you are a high school student graduating from a Lee County school, you get to go to this community college for free. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the case. Now again, let's take a look at that dirty ass Itawamba County Sheriff's Department, full of jackasses that don't know the law, don't care about the law. They're going to enforce their own law. Tyrants. That's where they're located. The little den of thieves. 201 South Cumming Street. Telephone number 662-862-7300. Busters. Bunch of busters. Now, I've been out here, 5 minutes already? Walking back and forth. Again, it's like probably 4:50 or 5 o'clock now, which I would think would mean everybody would be busy. Everybody's getting off. I would think the cops would be out trying to get people for speeding tickets and stuff like that, because they're trying to get home after working a long, hard day and trying to relax. That's what pigs do. But I don't see them. And if they're in their clubhouse, they're not coming out. S&W Pharmacy. Now, I'm taking you down this particular road for a reason. I wanted to show you, I believe this is the circuit court. No, this is justice court. I was here, I was here undercover when Bankai first made his first appearance in court to give his answer of whether guilty or not guilty of the charges that they charged him with. I was incognito. He didn't know what I looked like, but I had a feeling I knew what he looked like. So I came over here and I didn't film, but I did stand out in the lobby and then went on the outside of the court and just watched and paid attention, stayed quiet, didn't draw any attention to myself. Until he turned in his plea of not guilty, and then he exited, and he was standing right out here. I believe he was standing right there, and I was standing approximately right here, and I was watching him and his friend talk or whatever, and eventually, and I saw another gentleman, an older gentleman, standing a few feet away from them. It seemed like he was listening. I had a feeling I knew who it was. The older gentleman was, in my opinion, was probably a plant, probably an affiliate with the sheriff's office, because they were wondering who was going to show up to support him, to see if any more First Amendment auditors would be here so they could get pictures and all that, ask us questions and all that good stuff, so they know who to target. Well, fuck you, Fulton. Excuse me. I'm upset. I'm upset, y'all. You have to. Please forgive me. I try my best not to curse, but when I see people just taking the deuce all over our rights, it upsets me. So please forgive me. But the old man, I believe, was a plant, and I just went ahead and said, "Hey, Bankai, do you remember me? Do you know who I am? And this is Kendall Nafstar." And then we started talking and walking up and down the streets, and he showed me all the places I just took you. I got more information on what exactly happened during his audit, and it was very interesting, very, very interesting. I've been busy with work, so I haven't had a chance to get out here and do this till now. I just sort of made the time because PNP News kind of called me out. Hey, PNP News, I hope you're a man of your word, because I'm about to upload this to my channel, and PNP News said he'd give me a shout out, y'all. So if you like what I'm doing, I hope you'll give me some thumbs up. I hope you'll give not only myself, but I hope you'll give Bankai some support, whether that be through watching his videos and giving them thumbs up, or you can go to his GoFundMe page, because Bankai he was convicted, he was found guilty of the, they dropped all the charges except for the public disorderly, and he was found guilty of that by the crooked judge here. But Bankai's a stand-up dude and didn't sit down for that, didn't stand for it. So what he did was he took it to the next level, and he's disputing that the outcome. So that takes money. Now, I've been contributing to that whenever I can, because I support Bankai and I support the Constitution, and I support auditors. Whether I like their method or not, I will support them financially. I may not support them verbally because I don't like the way they do things, but hey, that's life. But if you're an auditor and if you're out there doing what you're supposed to do, more than likely my wallet's going to open up to you whenever you're being unjustly convicted or charged with a crime. And I hope that's the case with everybody else out there. Auditors are people just like you, just like we're all the same. We're just people. And I don't have tons of money in reserve. Oh my, isn't that nice? And he has the Punisher symbol on the back of his car. Woo! That's money. That's lots of money. Wish I had that kind of money. Which segues back into what I was just talking about. I don't know if there are any auditors out there that are just flush with cash that can afford to fight all these lawsuits that they get just for practicing their civil rights. But I'm not one of them. I think the only one that comes close is probably News Now Houston. He's getting all that federal money from what was that, Houston, Texas, I think it was, when those it was the FBI or CIA or some building where they came out there and roughed him up. You know, he got it all on camera. You rich lucky bastard. I know he's making bank on that situation. Has to. It's an open and shut case. There's no way he can lose it. I wish he'd go ahead and give us an update on it, but he's always so close-lipped, so closed-mouthed on those situations for some reason. Walking down the street. I think I've been out here about 10 minutes, out in the open, making no effort to hide myself. Let's see here. It's hidden. I almost walked past without noticing it because it's hidden by that tree in the shade. Itawamba County Tax Assessor. In fact, I don't see any cops around. Lawbreaker. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Itawamba County Tax Assessor. Everything's closed. This is a Friday, y'all. I'm sorry. I should have came during the week. I was actually off work yesterday. I don't know why I didn't think of this. It took PNP News to call me out to make it jump back into my thoughts. Oh yeah, I need to go practice my First Amendment guaranteed right to record in public. Freedom of speech. Everybody's a potential reporter. You know, we all have that right. And police officers or law enforcement in general all need to respect that. In fact, they swore to respect that. Which makes it so egregious whenever you find police officers that just don't care. Or they forgot about civil rights or just don't care about them. Fulton. In the early 1800s, the area known as Fulton was first settled near the banks of the Tombigbee River. In 1836, after Itawamba County was formed, Kenneth Clark, John D. Miller, and Robert A. Miller gave 50 acres of land to the Board of Police, and the county seat of Fulton was established. Fulton was incorporated on May 11th, 1837, and the first courthouse was built on this site the same year. A larger courthouse was constructed in 1849. Mississippi Department of Archives and History, 2014. Well, there you go. You know, I've never actually just walked around Fulton. I mean, I've been here several times, but I never took time to really explore. I like that. I wish it was still true though, but I do like it. They haven't, the liberals and God haters haven't made it to Mississippi yet, and I express the word yet. Bankai, Bankai, where art thou, Bankai? I know I should have called you, I know, but our schedules never seem to coincide. That's a gas flame, World War I. Wow, that's old. And World War II. We actually had people in Fulton fighting in both World Wars. How about that? Fought and died. Perfect example, guys, like I just said earlier. Yeah, this town should be full of patriots. This town should appreciate and should know what these fine gentlemen died for. They died for exactly what I'm doing, the right to do what I'm doing right now. In fact, let me get they deserve a close-up. These are heroes. These are heroes, ladies and gentlemen. Heroes that gave it all. They deserve our respect, and they deserve a slow pan. Yes, sir. I salute you, gentlemen. I hope you're at peace. Thank you so much. All right, that was me walking around the entire block of where Bankai was arrested. I was actually in this courthouse. I came to this courthouse by mistake on the day that Bankai was being arraigned or whatever. I was up in the courthouse at the very top of the building, waiting for 20 minutes, and nobody was there. Then I guess it was a janitor came in and told me that no, this is the wrong courthouse. You went the one down the street. So walking started again. I didn't know this was here. They have a water, well, I don't know if you consider that a water park. There's a playground to the left and a water park. Got a pavilion there. I guess they do free concerts there. At least I hope they do. That'd be pretty cool. Back at City Hall. Well, all right. Been here, I guess, 15 minutes and nothing's happened. So I'm about to call this quits, guys, and hope y'all have a good one. Kendall Navstar out.